Welcome back to Kaijutopia. I'm Tom, and in today's video, I'll be breaking down the exciting conclusion to the DC Monsterverse mega crossover event. We are so back. Aboard the Watchtower, Lois Lane watches all this chaos unfold with tears in her eyes. Superman, who is practically dead, is missing. She doesn't know where he went and can't get a hold of anyone with answers. Suddenly, in a blinding flash of light, Superman appears to her, glowing like a golden god of hope. It turns out Batman and Cyborg did save Superman's life by using the Watchtower to transport the Man of Steel to the sun, where the solar energy recharged his cells. But Superman is more than recharged. Being in close proximity to the sun gave him a significant power boost. Superman, one of the most powerful heroes in the world, is now stronger than ever, which is why he's confident enough to ask Lois Lane to marry him right then and there. And she says yes, of course. Back on Earth, Deathstroke and Cheetah make a huge, startling discovery. You see, all this time they've been hunting down the Toyman, who is in possession of the reality-warping artifact known as the Dreamstone. He's the reason why Godzilla and the Titans are running amok on DC Earth. We've been wondering where he's been all this time, wondering what sort of evil schemes he's going to hatch. As it turns out, Toyman is dead. He was crushed by Godzilla, lucky bat, when he first made landfall in Metropolis back in issue 1. While Toyman's surprise comeuppance is hilarious, the bad news is the Dreamstone is missing. Meanwhile, it's all-out war in Metropolis, and what a beautiful page spread. This is like an award-winning shot right here. I mean, this is desktop wallpaper worthy. The Justice League knows they're outnumbered. In order to save the day, they'll need to concentrate on the smaller ones first. This, in turn, might give Kong a chance to topple the Skull Devil. In what will pay off later, Kong overcomes his fear by challenging the Skull Devil. And then out of nowhere, Behemoth smashes the Skull Devil like it's the like button. With the monstrosity down, Kong doesn't miss a beat. He slams his fists on the abomination's face, realizing he's not alone. Beast Boy has returned as the Green Kong. Kong's reaction is priceless, but their bonding moment is cut short when the Skull Devil and its allies quickly overwhelm them. As this is going down, Supergirl and Wonder Woman take down one of the Skull Crawlers. Batman calls for aid as he can't fight Mechagodzilla and the Skull Crawlers at the same time. Supergirl helps him out, but it doesn't stop Mechagodzilla from thrashing the Batmech. As Flash and Cyborg try to reboot the mech, Batman announces they're out of time. You see Mechagodzilla right there at point blank is charging up his proton scream, which would undoubtedly just annihilate the Batmech, sealing Batman, Flash, and Cyborg's respective fates. 5 minutes prior, however, we see Superman flying to the Legion of Doom headquarters, where he saves Billy Batson. It's a heartwarming moment between the two, as Billy is still blaming himself for Superman's near-death experience several issues prior. And, you know, it was his fault, let's just be real, but Superman lets him down gently because he's Superman, and Billy is, you know, a kid. So, after saying the magic word, Shazam, Superman and Shazam are flying side by side. Superman tells Shazam he'll meet him in Metropolis because he has one more stop to make. Back to the present, Shazam saves Batman by striking Mechagodzilla's head, forcing the Apex Titan to fire its proton scream at an unsuspecting Skullcrawler. But Batmech and the Green Lantern robot regroup, finding themselves completely surrounded. While this is happening, Shazam and Wonder Woman tag team Behemoth for some reason. Behemoth helped Kong a few minutes ago. Like, why are you hurting my beautiful mastodon boy? Supergirl incapacitates Scylla before being swatted away by the ginger giant known as Giganta. Next, we're treated to Superman's one last stop. It's at the bottom of the ocean where we last saw Godzilla. Godzilla is chained up by nth metal, the hardest substance in the universe. Even though Superman knows Godzilla doesn't understand him, Superman is still able to empathize with the king of the monsters. So let's get a couple things out of the way. Superman is supercharged. He's stronger than he was when he last fought Godzilla. If the two were to throw down a second time, it'd be a lot closer, no doubt. And I feel like this is confirmed when Superman not only avoids Godzilla's heat ray, he topples the atomic giant with one punch. But Superman isn't seeking a rematch. No, he just needs to get Godzilla mad enough to follow him, which he succeeds at doing. Quickly, Superman frees Godzilla out of his shackles and flies with a big G in hot pursuit. Back in Metropolis, things are not looking good for our heroes. The Skull Devil has Kong wrapped up, and Mechagodzilla is slapping Beast Boy Green Kong down like he stole Luthor's favorite Godzilla figure. And then, it happens. One of the coolest things I've ever seen. The late Guy Gardner's Green Lantern ring chooses its new successor. And while it doesn't say this in the actual comic, I'll say it anyway. Kong of Skull Island. You have the ability to overcome great fear. Welcome to the Green Lantern Corps. That's right, Kong becomes a Green Lantern with the most powerful weapon in the universe. Kong quickly goes to work. He constructs a light ring duplicate of his battle axe and slices off the Skull Devil's tail. Mothra be thy name. This is so epic. Oh man. So Green Lantern Kong looks over at the other skull crawlers with a big "who's next" look on his face. With the tides turning in their favor, Shazam, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman combine their godlike strengths and they tear Mechagodzilla's arms clean off. But Mechagodzilla, Lex Luthor's beatdown, has only just begun. Batmech lifts Mechagodzilla high over his head, and in a clear callback to the time Bane broke Batman's spine, Batmech slams Mechagodzilla's metal back on its leg. But there's no time to celebrate. Suddenly, the Skull Devil, don't forget about him, bites Batmech in half as Kong readies himself to fight his arch nemesis. A battle he may not win, even with the Green Lantern ring. The cavalry arrives. Godzilla and Superman have entered the chat. The Super Titans are here! Immediately, Godzilla takes one look at the Skull Devil, and he's like, "Nuh-uh, nope, you gotta die." Even Superman is like, "I knew you'd have something to say about this." Godzilla pounces on the abomination like how I pounce on new Haya toy merch. With the Skull Devil down, Godzilla and Superman charge up their respective energy attacks and fry the precious bodily fluids out of the Skull Devil. Oh man, it's like an atomic breath, heat vision combo, and it's awesome. Despite being reduced to a burned out husk, however, the Skull Devil seems defeated, right? Nope! Kong most certainly doesn't think so. The great ape lunges at his adversary and buries his light construct battle axe into its noggin. In short, the Skull Devil is dead when Kong says he's dead. Godzilla and Kong roar in victory over their broken enemies. While the monsters roar like monsters do, Superman reveals he is the one in possession of the dreamstone. You'll never guess where it's been all this time. You see, after crushing Toyman, the dreamstone's been stuck to Godzilla's foot all along. Godzilla and Kong flex as Superman returns them to their universe, and our story concludes with Clark Kent and Lois Lane having a picnic, contemplating their future together as the world's finest couple. Wow, what did you think of this crossover? Personally, I loved it and thought this last issue was a fitting, action-packed conclusion. This seriously needs to receive the animated feature treatment, like ASAP. Let it be known I'm willing to provide my visual effects services, for a fair price, of course. Now, something tells me Godzilla and Superman have not seen the last of each other. It'd be nice to see the Monsterverse and DC Universe crossover more in the future. Given the profound success of this crossover, I think we're going to see it. And hell, maybe throw Gamera and Ultraman in while we're at it. Although it does sound like Ultraman's about to have his own crossover with Marvel, which is cool. If you guys want me to cover that, sound off. I'd also love to see how Mothra and Wonder Woman would interact, and it kind of feels a little like, despite how awesome this crossover has been, man, I feel like Mothra would have made things even more interesting. If you want to see more, if you want to see Godzilla crossover with another universe, another intellectual property, another brand, sound off. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Never forget, Goku beats Superman, Superman beats Goku, but Godzilla cleans both of their clocks because he is cooler. Just speaking facts. Take care, everybody. Try this one last time.